What's going on, my friends? Mike here, and today's video is going to be straight to the point. It's going to be helpful, and I'm going to share with you tools. There's only a few that I do rely on for every one of my websites. They have helped me grow, they have helped me manage, and they have helped me streamline workflows, which is what we all want. You can get lost in the sauce when it comes to this stuff. So let's go over some ones that are actually helpful, they're lightweight, or maybe not, and they are useful for your blogging career. The first section I'm going to go over is plugins, because no matter what paid tools you have, your plugins are going to be on your website from the start, and they're required in most cases. So let's just start with the bare bones plugins that I use and that I recommend, and you should consider trying. There's going to be links to all this stuff down below. Yes, I will use affiliate links, but again, these are not just fluff items that I think you should touch or play with or use because I said so. These are things that I personally used, I personally enjoy, and I don't find them to be overly bloated or slow down my site. All right, so the first one is going to be Askimet Anti-Spam. I know everybody probably already has this, and if you don't, you need it. Check your comments and your pingbacks and all this crap. I went and checked on one of my newer sites without having Askimet installed yet because it was a newer site. I wasn't thinking about it, and I had like 900 spam comments for Viagra. You trying to tell me something? And then I found a plugin, and I think this was from Josh over at Pro Blogger Income when I first got started. He helped me out with a lot of little things. And one of them he recommended was code snippets because I needed to run a very small HTML, CSS code that would basically give all my visitors just this default block at the top of my articles with an Amazon disclaimer. I didn't want to try to create one, remake one, and this is a very lightweight plugin. Allows you to put in custom code snippets anywhere on the web anywhere on your site that you want it, whether it be front end, back end, header, footer, doesn't matter. Run all the time, run for certain pages. You can customize it. It's lightweight, doesn't slow down your site, and it allows you to put in little custom snippets of code whenever you need to. Also, both of those are free. All right, so next we have, all right, so another one, this is a little controversial to some people. I think a lot of people use it, but a lot of people say you don't need it. And I'm in the camp of maybe I don't need it, but it makes me feel warm and cozy at night because it gives me a little grading sheet for posts. And that is Yoast SEO. It manages my sitemaps, it manages my redirects, it manages basically my content as I'm uploading it, little nuanced things like did I remember to put the keyword and the URL. And I know that should be basic at this point, but sometimes when you get a bulk of articles back from writers and you've got to publish 100 articles across 4 or 5 sites, I know I need a VA, but I don't have one. And so what happens is I tend to miss things because I'm a bit absent-minded at times. And so this app, or this plugin, Yoast, just really helps you kind of follow a roadmap, make sure you're getting what matters in there. I don't follow all the rules. I mean, they have these heading graders and they have keyword stuffing checkers, and I don't get involved in all that stuff. But your bare bones technical SEO, making sure your keywords are in your URL, your whatever, your basic on-page SEO. And just in general, I think Yoast is a good plugin to have. I tried Rank Math in the past, but it always had some sort of bug that was just giving me problems, whether it was duplicating sitemaps or whatever. I don't know what the problem was, but I use Yoast. It always works, and I like it. All right, the other plugin is Redirection. Now, if you get Yoast Premium, I think you can just manage redirections through Yoast Premium, but I haven't gone Premium. I know, I'm cheap. And so Redirection is like code snippets. It's a very lightweight, simple plugin that is extremely effective at one thing, and that is redirecting your URLs wherever you need. Now, if you end up with a 404 article or a 404 page that you deleted, you're going to need to redirect that back to your homepage or to the new article. If you've changed your URL permalink structure, so you went from having the date in there to removing the date or custom categories or whatever, you're going to need to redirect those old URLs to the new destination. Sorry, I was in the middle of talking to you guys and my camera decided to die. Now, I checked that battery status before I went live or before I started recording with you guys, and the battery pack said full on my Canon DSLR. So shame on you, camera. All right, let's get back to it. All right, so we were talking about redirection. Very simple, to the point, lightweight, doesn't slow you down, and it's very good at finding your redirects and putting them where they should go and not causing any fuss. So Redirection is a great app or great plugin. And two quick mentions. One is Grow Social. I was given this as a tip by Jeff over at Passive Income Unlocked, and this is a very simple, lightweight plugin made by Mediavine, but you don't need to be a member of Mediavine. You can just download the plugin and use it. And it creates these nice little floating in, customizable social media icon buttons. They work mobile, they work desktop, they're responsive. It makes it a very convenient way for someone just to tap that share button on whatever their social media platform is while they're looking at your article. And I've seen an increase in my impressions, traffic coming from social media sites, and I can only attribute that to this app or this plugin because I don't use social media. So there's that. And then the last final mention would be, I use Updraft backup and restore. You can use whatever you need. I think Jetpack is good, but it also is kind of heavy on your system. It slows it down. Just find a good backup software, whether your host provides it or whether you provide it. You just need to be able to back up regularly your websites, because when you decide to start messing with it or something happens or there's a crash or a problem or a bug, you need that recent backup to restore to so you can not lose all your content and your mind at the same time. All right, so that wraps up plugins. Now we're going to go to the very few paid tools that I have. And the first one, and I tell you, when I got this at first, I didn't think I would like it. I thought it was kind of gimmicky and I thought, whatever. But it's Jasper. I know you've heard about it. Everyone's pumping it on their affiliate program, so I'm not here to sell it to you. I'm just going to tell you, I've had it for almost 2 years now, and I flippin' love it. Not because I write AI content. I really don't. I don't think it sounds natural for the most part. But what Jasper's incredible at doing is eliminating, just blasting through writer's block. You can be sitting down, and I know you guys have done this. If you write your own content, like I still do sometimes, you've sat down and go, oh my gosh, where do I start with this article? Or you got your intro, you got your headline, you're just not really sure the flow you need to go. Well, Jasper's got a template for everything in your writer's block, and it's not just your blogging. So check it out. So let's do how to start a YouTube channel that doesn't suck. I still haven't figured that out. And boom, it gives me 6 places as an outline, right? So it starts with you figure out what you want your channel to be, create interesting and engaging content, brand yourself and your channel, connect with other YouTubers and collaborate, promote your channel on social media and other websites, and keep making videos even when you don't feel like it. As you can see, if you weren't sure where to start with this article, but you had this great keyword, well, boom, there's the format of your article. Or you can couple this with the people also ask of Google, and you are going to be, at least you have a direction to go with your writing. And when you're writing in volume or you're writing all the time, coming up with these all the time can get old, and Jasper is just the real hero when it comes to writer's block. All right, and then the only other real paid tool that I can think of, I probably have others, but the ones that are just go-to for me is lowfruits.io. This keyword research tool is so simple and effective. I just love it. So when I first started, and those of you that follow the channel, you know that I would go to Google's People Also Ask, look for things that were trending on the first page that were from user-generated content like Reddit or a forum, or obviously you want to find a low DA site on page 1. And when you're a newer site or you're looking for low-hanging fruit to rank for, hence the name lowfruits.io, what this does is you give it a seed keyword, and then it will query with all these different, I think over 200 parameters or search modifiers, and People Also Ask. It'll scan all those and run all of those, and then it'll take the SERPs and it will hand you a report. Let's just take one for a topic that I'm not writing about, burned felt hats. And so you see here, I was given 144 keywords, and in that, it lists all the weak spots. So here's one with a volume of 30, and the question is, are felt hats good for summer? And then if you look, the number 1 position is a DA17. The number 2 is a DA12. The number 3 is Reddit. Number 4 is DA17, DA18, and so on. So basically, the whole first page of Google is low-hanging fruits for this keyword. And then you have what happens if a felt hat gets wet. And number 1 is a DA19 site. This is by Moz too. Position 4 is a forum from the Fedora Lounge. Hello, my lady. What it does is it just takes your keyword and says, hey, stop looking everywhere. I'm just going to give you a list of every one of the keywords around your seed keyword that is ranking on page 1 with a low-hanging competitor, whether that be user-generated content like forums and Reddit, or low DA sites under 20, which you can actually filter it to go low DA under 10, which is obviously a gold mine. If you're not sure where to start with keyword research and you don't want to pay somebody and you don't want to pay hrefs or SEMrush because the prices are retarded, well, then you can take something like Low Fruits. It's pay as you go. Just buy enough credits for your first batch of content, spend 20 bucks, get a 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 keywords or whatever you need. and you're done. You can write that and be good for months. And the last two are external things for my website and paid tools, but they're websites I use for more of the research and data and tactics, if you will, for your website. The first one is hrefs, but not the membership part. I'm talking the free hrefs webmaster tools they give you. So you can sign up for hrefs, pay $0 per month, and for free, you can link your websites to hrefs, and it will track your keywords, it will track your domain rating, your traffic, the countries of your keywords. It will crawl and give you health statuses or basically SEO, technical SEO audit checks. It'll tell you about broken links, redirect loops, slow pages. I mean, it's got a wealth of information. And if you just run those audits once a week, which it will do for you automatically, it'll email you the status of them. And sometimes you post an article, maybe you put a double slash in your URL or interlink to an old article or something, right? So they'll find these technical problems and they will just say, here you go. Here's a list of problems we found today for you. And then I will spend an hour or two fixing those. And then the last free tool that I use, and I'm kind of falling in love with it over time, I'm getting to the point where I don't even go back to Google Analytics unless I have to. That's Big Data Analytics. This is something provided as a free service through being a publisher on Ezoic, which if you're a newer site and you're on Google AdSense, or any site and you're on Google AdSense, I don't know what you're doing with your life and you need to move to Ezoic. There's a link down below. Big Data Analytics, it's got so much information. It'll manage, it creates these insights with Ezoic versus original and your cache hit and your real-time traffic, your revenue per page traffic, your audience, location, local times, weather, behavior, return visitor frequency, new versus returning, bounces, visit depth, site speed, sites, domains, technology, your browsers and frameworks and connections and bots and SEO and Humix and user experience, plus all the tools they incorporate with their publisher's dashboard to allow you to test things that would help bounce them off what you've currently got with Ezoic. And so at the end of the day, Ezoic Big Data Analytics is basically like Google Analytics, but it seems to me to be more accurate, more effective, more trustworthy. I know Google's the king of trust, but the reality is Google Analytics can be finicky. But I've never had a problem with big data, and I've had multiple drops of Google Analytics with the tracking codes. But Ezoic's integration, coupled with their leap, their site speed, just keeps the site fast, keeps it integrated, and I have great data with big data analytics. So as you know, I'm a fan of Ezoic, and there will be links down below if you want to try that. So that's it, guys. That's everything from my plugins to my paid tools to my free external tools. These are things I truly do use. I truly personally think they're valuable. And if you're looking for what you need, this would be a good place to at least start and explore. What I recommend you not do is get a bunch of stuff thinking you need everything, because you definitely don't. And the more you put on your site and the more cans and cookie jars you open with all these tools and plugins and websites, the more disorganized and bloated your brain and your site will become. So keep it simple, keep it moving, and we'll talk to y'all next time.